Does not want to go a lap down as we look to the very back of the field in that light white and blue car of Joseph Newgarden, and he just spun. And I think it was well before the bump. It was a very bizarre spin. This is on board with Graham Rahal. We'll get a good view of Newgarden, who's just in front to the right there. Oh, he just locked up. The car just
flat out section, and Palou all over the back of Power again. They're going to go too wide on the run down to Canada corner.
Palou and Power at it again, side by side. Power on the inside.
Oh! Both of them past Kyle Kirkwood. Brilliant stuff.
That is a full send like I've never seen before in Canada corner. I'm not sure Power planned to pass.
Track, but second in the race. Will need to get past that orange and black McLaren quickly. He makes the move to the inside so that he can go hunting back after Scott McLaughlin.
McLaughlin cleanly in the front as we see two, almost three wide there mid-pack. Everyone just trying to get a...
Pato O'Ward now passed by his teammate. Lundgaard takes up another position. Oh,
go low.
Palou stays low. Power runs high.
All clear.
Has the slipstream and has the position. Houston always exciting. Gets his rears out onto the gravel, and now Graham Rahal tries to go round the outside of Malukas on the run back up the hill. Malukas says not right now, as Rasmussen now takes advantage and takes the position from Graham Rahal. Rasmussen always so incredibly exciting.
There is Scott McLaughlin in that light blue Gallagher car, just hanging out high, and unfortunately Devlin just loses it and clips the back of Scott McLaughlin.
Yeah, you're right, T-Bell. Just nowhere he could go.
Out of that, not force it early. That's exactly what we talked about as Alexander Rossi trying to force his way through in that Java House yellow and blue car. But guys, I'm watching the pace of Rinus VeeKay. It is dropping fast. Malukas.
Here he is, sizing up Kyle Kirkwood, trying to fit between the wall. Here we go.
Oh, that looks lovely. Wow, that's superb. That is superb. Start for the rookie Robert Schwartzman. Pato O'Ward tucked up underneath him already, and O'Ward has a look to the outside into turn one, but Schwartzman will lead the field from the pole.
Side by side back there, Alex Palou going around Rosenquist. Puff of smoke still out of the back of Scott Dixon. As side by side they are, a crash and one.
Marco Andretti.
And down to turn one.
Pretty big bobble from Louis Foster, and now Scott McLaughlin in the yellow and white XPEL Chevy pops to the outside looking to make a move. It's tough to pull it off, but you can do it if you're brave, and he does.
Goes the long way around and gets it done even before turn-in as Palou on the...
Well, Firestone just carrying it all the way around, and now Rasmussen defending against Ferrucci.
Ferrucci, one of the big movers over the last few races, over and onto the grass.
Felix looking outside. Outside. Clear.
And that is
right here last year battling for position, but Malukas maybe a bit of payback with that move, getting forceful early. He looks strong.
Deja vu all over again for those two as Armstrong on the
Will Power, a brilliant restart from him, but look at Scott McLaughlin on the championship leader, tucked up with him, running down with him to turn one. McLaughlin trying for an outside move again, but Palou has it covered. To racing, and Dixon immediately on the move and alongside Colton Herta. It's a great start for Dixon, and Palou taking the fight to McLaughlin to regain second position and go back what the McLaren man needed. And someone's off at the back, it's a Prema. One of the Premas is off into the gravel, so too Connor Daly. For Juncos Hollinger Racing will get back round, get back out on the track. That's Robert Schwartz. The Chevy runners have come in to stop. First Connor Daly, then David Malukas, then the man who was leading this race, Joseph Newgarden, and Newgarden has exited the pits, believe it or not, behind David, and gets us going back to green, followed by Simpson, followed by Connor Daly, and followed by Will Power. And look at Pato O'Ward putting his gas down and trying to get up on the inside, puts the move on Power straight away at one, and Pato O'Ward is through.
And that, look at Connor Daly there in the purple car, three wide at the back and going big once again, and Connor Daly makes it work.
Oh, big one!
Crash.
Big one at the back, and that is Nolan Siegel into the wall.
Looks like Nolan's the only car caught up in it. At least the only car that stopped might be his on.
And here comes David Malukas on the back of Jack Harvey. He will have the inside line, and keep your eye on Alex Palou, who's got Santino Ferrucci with him as well. It's four wide once again. Malukas on the inside. Harvey, Daly, who has the bravery? It is Daly. Oh my word. Time around. They get to 14th. There's the line at which you can pass. McLaughlin with a tidy exit has a bit of a jump on Foster, who will hope to go with him as they snake down the start-finish stretch. And McLaughlin tries to break the toe.
Newgarden on the outside of Graham Rahal nearly caught the back of Rahal going slow now. One of the putting the charge and pressure on Alex Palou.
Also, really nice job from Kiffin Simpson, leaving some racing room there, not challenging too hard too early. He knows he is in running position right now for the best finish of his IndyCar career, and Nolan Siegel. Track temperature was going to lead to this good side-by-side racing, and it is absolutely playing out, especially for Connor Daly, one of the strongest drivers historically here, Kevin, and now he's going past Newgarden, a 5-time winner.
Boom! That's the one. Power has got out ahead of Felix Rosenqvist. Lundgaard takes the advantage to move past Rosenqvist, who started on the front row of the grid because he can see Will Power ahead of him. This very much now the fight for the prospective victory.
Side by side with Malukas. Oh, that's dicey stuff.
The AJ Foyt driver, who may become a Penske driver in 2026, keeps the momentum, and has he put Scott McLaughlin now into the clutches of Alex.
Tire actually starts to be slower than the harder black tire. So Colton Herta, the job is be patient. We see the driver's eye view thanks to Arrow here for Pato Award. He's on that soft tire. It's a used soft tire, but he would love to make a move here early while he has an advantage.
Christian Lundgaard shaping up David Daly. So fighty yesterday, spent so much of the race in the podium positions. Goes to the outside of Scott Dixon, takes that high line, keeps his foot planted. Dixon will have to yield. Daly will take the position.
Something happened to Foster. His left rear is damaged. Foster got into the wall. Dixon was able to get by. Pato Award head down again. 2 cars separate him between where he is and the lead.
Back at turn 1, back in his favorite spot, and another position gain. Now he goes. Green flag waves. Palou punches it, and Malukas goes with him. Malukas to the high line. Has momentum, but Palou has the line. But on Eckes
and Santino Ferrucci are looking fierce. Here comes Malukas down the front straightaway to the high side of DeFrancesco. Malukas to P2.
Wow, that is not easy to pass around the outside at turn 1 at IMS, but he gets it done on DeFrancesco. And Lil Dave is to look and has the move on Will Power.
Great move there from Palou to capitalize with those harder tires, getting around Power on the soft.
Go red 5.
Just getting some radio.
Unusual situation for Joseph Newgarden. So, frankly, what happened?
I'm not sure. I either had just a massive rear lockup and spun, or I got touched. I don't know. I mean, to me initially it felt like I just locked rears all of a sudden out of nowhere, kind of unexpectedly, or I got touched. So if I didn't get touched, then just a
slid up high. Newgarden stayed low, and now gonna go low.
Newgarden to put the move for second place on David Malukas. Takes that away from him. This all played out. That is Jacob Abel ahead.
Yeah, gets Abel. Gets a little wide there. Oh, just loses it on the power. Whoa, big mistake.
Look up the inside, but Palou screams around the outside of David Malukas and takes second place immediately at the start.
They were 4 wide further back. A car is going around in the wall.
Rasmussen, the first time winner, last time out. He's a win it or bin it.
Way onto the racetrack, and so anything off the racing line usually has a little bit of the remnants from a gust of wind that'll blow some of this dust onto the track. So Palou, big risk there, throwing himself that wide that early.
In terms of tire life, the hards should last around as long as the soft. There's Newgarden going in. There's Ericsson going high.
Looks
James,
eerily similar
like
to Kirkwood yesterday.
Yeah.
Let's listen. Listen for the floor. Yeah, that's something went wrong there.
You can see a skid mark coming off, so maybe a right rear tire failure.
Oh, we've got a flat
Rossi.
rear Rossi.
I think that's more than a flat. I think that's contact.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone into the wall, given the bodywork damage flailing around. The car has looked difficult to drive all weekend. Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? He was up
From the onboard. Watch the left front here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I think a little clip, tiny. I mean, he's not all the way over it, but a little bit onto that yellow.
I will say that that low is not the normal racing line, so all weekend with practice and qualifying, there's just not rubber.
Gets up on the inside as Palou gets squeezed and Palou drops back.
How did we get through that? That was some heads-up driving from Palou on back. We got a spinner. Kyle Larson.
No, Larson hits Simpson.
I think Stingray Ron may have been caught up in that as well.
It is game over for Larson.
Him there. I seriously doubt he'll be able to get going. And here comes, I think, Alex Palou on Pato Award.
But Foster is having to defend once again from Scott McLaughlin, who is all over the rear wing of the pole sitter. Has a look up the inside, but look at O'Ward on the inside of Kirkwood and on the run up from 5 into the blind at 6.
Which is bizarre, but yeah, tough to not be out there. Hopefully we can fix the car. I don't think there's a lot of damage. I'd like to get back out, but you know, obviously we're sort of out of this thing, so it's a shame having a fast PPG car, support from Team Chevy, and you know, just want to be in the mix.
Corner and down the start-finish stretch. We are green. We are racing once again. Keep your eyes out for that purple car of Connor Daly, who was on the move before, as Scott McLaughlin has a look at Will Power up ahead, and we're 2 wide, 3 wide as Alexander Rossi has a look